UAlbany women's basketball receives strong praise following loss at No. 6 LSU. Before and after the University at Albany women's basketball team's game at Louisiana State University, Great Danes coach Colleen Mullen had long exchanges with Kim Mulkey, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame member who leads the Tigers. The one right after LSU's win against UAlbany started with a question from Mulkey. "What did I tell you?" Mullen said was Mulkey's post-game greeting as they shook hands. That quip referenced prior to tip-off, when Mullen said Mulkey sought her out to tell her how the undefeated Tigers were taking us really seriously, and she thought we were a really special team. For most of Sunday's loss at LSU, the Great Danes lived up to that hype. The nation's No. 6 team eventually won 83-61. But that was after a closing blitz that saw LSU, as Mullen put it, pulling WNBA against us for the last 4 minutes. Before the Tigers' dominant 22-1 run at Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, La, the Great Danes played like a team that could be a threat in March to win an NCAA Tournament game or two. UAlbany, led by as many as a dozen points in the first half, had the lead a couple minutes into the fourth quarter and led for more of Sunday's game than the Tigers did in front of a crowd of 12,171 fans. "I think it just shows that we can hang with anyone we really want to," UAlbany graduate student Jessica Tomasetti said Tuesday, a couple days ahead of the Great Danes' America East Conference opener against Vermont. "We definitely know how to play well together," graduate student Kayla Cooper said. "We play hard." The Great Danes finished their non-conference season with a 10-3 mark. 2 of those losses came against Power 4 teams in LSU and Wisconsin, while the Great Danes beat Power 4 foe Syracuse. Vermont coach Alisa Kresge, whose team swept UAlbany in 3 meetings this past season, said this week that the Great Danes' non-conference performance makes them the team to beat in the America East. "You watched that LSU game and you didn't really know who was the mid-major and who was ranked No. 6 in the country," Crest said Monday. "That's how impressive they looked." In pre-game and post-game comments, Mulkey, whose teams at Baylor and LSU have combined to win 4 national titles, likened UAlbany to Stanford in terms of approach and playing style. That's a comparison with some extra meaning for the Great Danes since longtime Cardinal coach Tara Vanderveer, another Hall of Famer who retired after this past season, played part of her college career at UAlbany and spent years as a youth in the Capital Region. UAlbany played this past season at Stanford and lost 79-35 to Vanderveer's final team, which made it to the Sweet 16. After Sunday's game, Mullen said Mulkey told her that she can't wait to follow your career and your team's success this year. The praise from Mulkey was among the first things Mullen said she told her team in the locker room. "I think that gives them a lot of confidence," Mullen said. "That was really special. She went out of her way to be really complimentary." For Mullen, it's now called that scene a game. That's how the coach referred Tuesday to the Great Danes' defeat in this season's Albany Cup matchup, a game that Mullen has referenced often in the weeks that followed Siena's surprising win. The Great Danes entered that game at 7-0, while Siena brought into it a 2-4 mark and only 7 players healthy enough to be in uniform. That loss hurt, and still stings, for the Great Danes, but Mullen said it was an important part of the team's non-conference journey. That Siena game, obviously, is such a dagger, and so frustrating because we didn't play well. And they played well, Mullen said. But I really think that, you don't want to say you needed it, but it was a wake-up call to us. The lesson. We know that, at any given time, anybody can beat us if we don't show up and play the way we're capable of playing.